Hello and welcome to my blog, where I look at my interpersonal skills, personal skills, self-development and knowledge. First I will look at my strengths and weaknesses and my university ambitions and career aspects. This is so that I can have a clear picture of what I have, what I don't have, what I want and how to get it. From the information gathered, I will then be able to find out what my gaps are, then how I can fill and improve them, the challenges that university will bring and the transition made from college to university, how I am going to enhance my skills and competencies, make further development plans using my action plan from the Enterprise Review modules, and then analyse what I have learned from my experience. First of all, we'll look at my strengths and weaknesses in order to find out what skill gaps I have and then what I need to do to fill them. Let's start off with some more of my favourable attributes. Firstly, I have a positive attitude and way of thinking. This allows me to make the most of the situation and not to be bogged down when things go wrong, as I strongly believe and trust that things will always go wrong somewhere down the line. Therefore, you must look at these problems in a good light. This then allows you to think with a clear mind and not have the worries which hinder your thoughts and progress towards the project. I'm also a very cooperative person, as I strongly believe in that when everyone is working to their full potential in a group, it opens that group up to huge possibilities. However, everyone must cooperate with each other in order for this to work effectively. Now moving on to some of my downfalls, my written and spelling skills could use a boost to catch up to the level of standards the university expects. This is rather a large issue, as it could have consequences which will bring my mark down on some assessed written pieces of work. Motivation is another. I would say that this isn't a huge issue right now, but something that I can still put effort into strengthening. This is because I have the motivation to succeed and to finish work on time, although I still feel the need to push myself harder. Moving on to university and all it brings. Living away from home and being more independent has shown me many things, as I am now in total control of all my finances and outgoing. I have now acknowledged the true importance and value of money. Also, just living in a flat with other people has brought forward many challenges, as we are all in the same transition and becoming totally independent and must all adapt our perceptions and outlooks on life. Not to only fit our new surroundings, of which is university and the city of Leeds, but also to each other. Now we are coming to the end of our first semester. We are now a fully functioning flat that gets on well. However, during the first few weeks, there were a few certain issues that people were getting to know one another had to smooth out, which were living issues such as what we would share, what we would not share, or issues people had with the way that others live. But over the first couple of weeks, these problems were smoothed out. Then there was also the transition that I made going from college to university, as there are many things I had to step up from college standards in order to keep up with the workload and culture at university. These were my motivation to stay focused and on task, my work ethics, writing and communication skills. This is because there are significant differences in the cultures of both university and college. When I was at college, we were a lot more spoon-fed, and also have the ability to hand in your work to be reassessed and re-handed out to you to amend. Here at university, there is no such luxury. Therefore, I must go here to this and make sure that I hand in all my pieces of work in on time and that they fill the requirements of the specification, as the only second chance I will get is a reset. The technical terms have risen in difficulty as well, although the main jump here is the amount in which we have to learn has jumped significantly. The workload and the amount of information I have to learn have increased in intensity and in amount. As I did a level 3 BTEC business course at Carlisle College, I am used to writing out long assignments and essays, so I'm not too worried about these types of pieces. of work here at university, although I haven't had to revise or take an exam in over 2 years. Therefore, I will have to practice my exam skills and technique in order to pass to the fullest of my ability. Looking at my gaps now, and the challenges that the transition to university bring and where I fall short, there are things I must do in order to better myself and to then improve my aspects of my life. The first and most important skill gap I need to fill would be my spelling and handwriting, as I will be marked down in my written exams for poor spelling, which could mean the difference between getting a 2-1 and a first. Not only this, it is a vital skill to possess, but I'll need written communication skills in the real world with my career. In order to improve this issue, I plan on reading more books, practicing written pieces of work to enhance my vocabulary, spelling and structure of writing. This will then, in turn, make my writing more well-rounded and easier to read the message I'm trying to convey. The next gap I will look at is the level of motivation I currently have towards my university efforts, as I'm currently working at a sufficient standard, yet I feel that I need to push myself more in order to reach my fullest potential. By pushing myself harder and finding more motivation, it will help me towards reaching my goals in life, and will in turn make me feel more comfortable at university with my work, make me a more well-rounded person, and most of all, make me feel better and more confident about myself. Not only this, it will help me succeed once I've graduated from uni and looking for employment, as I will be able to obtain a high standard of degree and therefore job role. Also, it will progress me through the business's hierarchy faster. Moving on to my further development plans, to evaluate the present and then plan and anticipate the future, I've made action plans on how to tackle everyday life and how to develop my employability skills and qualities, which will go towards bettering myself throughout life. The action plan for my development of professional skills consists of the goal to enhance my presentation skills in order to communicate the message I am trying to convey to my audience more effectively, and to be more direct to the issue at hand. I will then implement the actions I have thought of in my action plan in order to start developing these skills. I will practice making mock presentations and then presenting them in front of, firstly, my flatmates, and once I feel comfortable in front of them and feel that I am presenting well, I will practice in front of people I don't know, as well as the practice I will get in some of my seminars. The requirements I need to follow through with this will just be the equipment and the software needed to create the presentation itself, and then the people to spectate and evaluate my efforts. In some ways this is good, as I don't require many tangible resources to carry out this development plan, and the ones I do need aren't too hard to obtain. So to conclude from all these thoughts I've made in my further development of employability skills, my motivation towards my university work and living independently. Firstly, I found that I need to find more motivation from within myself, to push myself more in order to reach the harder goals I set for myself. Secondly, it has shown me where my downfalls are and what I need to improve on, as a lot of people only focus on what they're good at and then only develop those skills further and forget to focus on what they cannot do. Looking back at all I've created here has given me a lot to think about myself, and also a lot of perspective. It has shown me that there is a lot more to living away from home and going to uni than what most expect, as you need to now not only keep up with unexpected workload, but worry about finances, living conditions, and a new social life in a different culture to what you're used to. Planning this vlog has really opened my eyes to the bigger picture of university and what I need to do to ready myself for living in the real world after graduation.